Hello, good morning everyone. I am Silvaraj from Karur Textiles City. Today, most of the people and students do not read the books. Why? Because they are watching TV and they are watching always Android cell. That's why the voice practice completely hide. That's why today I am taking to the William Phelps' words why we come to read the books, and also we need much books to our own. Okay. A radio address broadcast in April 1933. This is not my words, this is William Phelps' words. I have recalled to you. I have recalled to the people and also the beginners and also the students. The habit of reading is one of the greatest resources of mankind, and we enjoy reading books that belong to us much more than they are borrowed. A borrowed book is like a guest in the house. It must be treated with punctiliousness, with a certain considerate formality. You must see that it sustains no damage. It must not suffer while under your roof. You cannot leave it carelessly. You cannot mark it. You cannot turn down the pages. You cannot use it familiarly. And then someday, although this is seldom done, you really ought to return it. But your own books belong to you. You treat them with that affectionate intimacy that annihilates formality. Books are for use, not for show. You should own no book that you are afraid to mark up or afraid to place on the table, wide open and face down. A good reason for marking favorite pages in the books is that this practice enables you to remember more easily the significant sayings, to refer to them quickly, and then in later years it is like visiting for a forest where you once blazed a trail. You have the pleasure of going over the old ground and recalling both intellectual scenery and your own earlier self. Everyone should begin collecting a private library in youth. The instinct of private property, which is fundamental in human beings, can here be cultivated with ever advantage and no evil. One should have one's own bookshelves, which should not have doors, glass, windows, or keys. They should be free and accessible to the hand as well as to the eye. The best of mural decorations is books. They are more varied in color and appearance than any wallpaper. They are more attractive in design, and they have the prime advantage of being separate personalities, so that if you sit alone in the room in the firelight, you are surrounded with intimate friends. The knowledge that there are three in plain view is both stimulating and refreshing. You do not have to read them all. Most of my indoor life is spent in a room containing 6,000 books, and I have a stark answer to the invariable questions that come from strangers. Have you read all these books? Have you read all these books? Some of the twice. This reply is both true and unexpected. There are, of course, no friends like living, breathing, corporal men and women. My devotion to reading have never made me a recluse. How could it? Books are of the people, by the people, for the people. Literature is an immortal part of history, is the best and most enduring part of personality. Book friends have this advantage over living friends. You can enjoy the most truly aristocratic society in the world whenever you want it. The great deals are beyond our physical reach, and the great living are usually almost as inaccessible as for our personal friends and acquaintances. We cannot always see them, perchance they are asleep or away in a journey. But in a private theory, but in a private library, at you can at moment converse with Socrates or Shakespeare or Carlyle or Dumas or Dickens or Shaw or Barry or Galsworthy. And there is no doubt that in these books you see these men at their best. They wrote for you. They lied themselves out. They did their ultimate best to entertain you, to make a favorable impression. You are a necessary to them as an audience is to an actor. Only instead of seeking them as masked, you look into their inmost heat of hearts. Thank you very much.